The Pantsless Wonder is back at it. I just looked and made sure that I don't have to do any of the current optional quests that I have right now. So let's venture into Act 6 and see how we do. By the way, just so everybody knows, I do have a loot filter video in the works. I have actually quite a large script for it so far. But I'm kind of, you know, learning how to really master the loot filter myself. I want to make sure I don't lead anybody astray like I did with the video about the bandits. So I'm, you know, taking as much time as I need for the loot filter, but I know that one person wants it that I've been talking to in my comments. Hey, dude. But yes, it is in the works, but it's taking a bit, just because I don't want to give bad information. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa! Oh, the stakes have been upped. Of course, I was also in the wrong weapon. Oh yeah, I gotta get my guardian out. There he is. Yeah, go get him. That got real dicey for a second. What does my physical resist? 84%. Wow. That's more like it. Oh, I see why I was so in danger of dying, because I didn't have a shield on at the time I got attacked. Because I switched to another weapon to do Leap Slam. I need to go to Axiom Prison, which means I need to go... I think I need to go through here. Oh, I need to grab that. Ah! I really wish that I had another red socket in my gear. I do. I could just put Leap Slam in that. I should. There we go. Now I won't have to swap weapons to Leap Slam. Except... yeah, I will, because I'm using a wand. Darn it. That is a survivability issue right now, is the swapping weapons thing. What level is this place? 46, and I'm... oh my god! No wonder I'm kind of getting rocked here. This place is 4 levels above me. I actually need to be fighting, not skipping. Yeah. All you are to me is a quest reward, okay? I don't want to hear your life story. Well, I can't use it anyway, because I got rules that I'm not using uniques, but I do want to see what it is. It is... oh, yeah, that thing. I don't care. Word to the wise if you're new to the game. Especially if you came from Diablo. Most of the uniques in this game are trash. Just... unfortunately, that is something you have to accept. Now, some of them can be used for like a really niche build. You can do something interesting with it, but... it's not like Diablo where, you know, a lot of the things that you come across are going to be kind of life-changing for a while. Most of them are not. So, only at very low levels is it really going to be a huge deal to get most of the uniques. There are uniques at the end game like Mage Blood and Headhunter that are, you know, absolutely life-changing. But don't expect them all to be like that. Because most of them aren't. Now, if you get a good rare that has a bunch of modifiers that you need, yeah, that is life-changing. So the rares, I've heard it said that the rares are the true uniques of PoE, which they pretty much are, in most cases. Ooh, a bone ring. Bone rings are the only ring that can roll minion-specific modifiers, so very good for summoning builds. I'm already halfway through a level. What was I working on? I was coming up through here for my golems. Yep, there we go. I got a new jewel socket that I can put a ghastly jewel in later. I might have a jewel right now. I think I had like a chaos resist jewel or something that I might as well toss in there while it's open. I love those mobs. So, again, if you're new, sometimes you will have a pack of mobs that they all drop the same thing. It's kind of entertaining. And it can be useful. If I actually cared about the things that dropped, I could look at them, and if I didn't like them, you know, if I didn't like the mods, then I could sell, I think it's 5, it's either 4 or 5 of the same item. If you vendor that many, then you will actually get a new one with newly rolled modifiers on it. I doubt that that's used a ton, but it's, you know, something to keep in mind if you get a crazy amount of drops like that, and it's something that you might actually care about. But I have never had... It's always quivers. I don't know why. I find just a ton of quivers in this game for some reason. I don't know if I'm the only one, but it seems like I'm constantly dropping quivers that I have never cared about. Alright, there's a boss fight in here, so I will put a portal. My flasks look like they're all full, so let's give it a try. I need to move my cat. See, my cat is the real boss fight here. Come on. My cat has been responsible for entire raid wipes in WoW before. I don't play WoW anymore, but I did have like a 10-year run doing active raiding in WoW, so that was that kind of prepared me for the boss mechanics of this game. Oh boy. Oh yeah, I love this guy. He's one of those wheels and he's just a boss. Fleet freak. Yeah, he's probably my favorite, like, overworld boss. Oh, that was a quest. I forgot about that. I need to get my golem and a specter. I keep forgetting about my summons because, like, I guess on my other character I'm really good at keeping them up, but I think because my first Templar was not a summoner, I'm not remembering to bring all my minions out. Traveling up some more. I've got 2 more points before I can start dipping into Golem passives. Oh yeah, that's why I'm having mana problems. It's because I've got that Mind Over Matter that sucks up my mana before it takes my life, so... Yeah, that is one disadvantage of that perk, is that, sometimes you can find yourself in a situation where you need to get away and you don't have enough mana to cast your getaway skill because Mind Over Matter has taken your mana away. So that is something to be aware of. Mind Over Matter is still a really good perk to have, but it can get you in big trouble if you're not careful. So you gotta learn to hit the mana potions really fast. That problem is somewhat mitigated once you get Eldritch Battery. Hello, what is this? Ooh. Let's see what fractured on these. Chaos resistance, and... I don't care about that. But that's also got chaos resistance on it. I would have to do some major work with, sockets, though. I don't know if I have the currency to actually do that. It's pretty much the first time I've actually gotten a decent fracture drop, though, and I can't do anything with it. No, it's not an impressive fracture drop, but it's something that I would actually be able to use. Most of the time it's like a bow with, you know, physical damage or something. $4.99 versus $2.80. I do want to start getting pieces to give me armor and energy shield, because there is a perk that I can get later on, although... Oh god, I gotta do a trial here. There's an armor perk right here. Yeah, that gives you 100% increased armor and energy shield from equipped body armor if equipped helmet, gloves, and boots all have armor and energy shield. That's a really nice perk in my experience. I would like to get to that. I would need to spend 1, 2, 3, 4... I would need to spend 4 points and then a 5th to get that. I've got refund points, don't I? Yeah, I do. I actually want to pull away a couple of these. Yeah. Because I'm not going the physical damage route anymore, so I'm gonna remove some of these perks, and I will come up here and continue moving towards my golem bonuses. There we go. Now I've got 1 level and I can start getting those. It blows my mind that I'm actually starting to learn my way around the passive tree to where I remember where specific things that I want are. That is crazy that you can end up playing this game so much that you actually know that. Now, as far as like the Pathfinder or the Ranger side of the tree, and the Ranger of the Shadow, I don't know what any other stuff is. I probably ought to play an Archer at some point because apparently it's really, really good. But I just don't enjoy that particular playstyle. I really prefer to just be a melee tank. But this game is not super friendly to that kind of a build unless you have really powerful, specific high-end gear. thought this was fun? Who thought this was a good idea? Whoa! Well, I didn't expect that. I didn't expect a whole bunch of undead to just come at me all of a sudden. I probably should have, because they do in these places. And the damn spikes are messing me up. Before I can really get in there, I gotta kill off the guy that is reviving them. There we go. Maybe this will do something. Yeah, that was just pure dumbassery on my part. I just walked right into that. But fortunately, this is softcore, so I don't have to worry too much about it. How is my leather belt? My belt could actually be improved. Let's see what that does. That is no better. That is actually maybe even worse. Yeah, yep. That mind over matter's getting me in trouble because it's running me out of mana and I can't flame dash. I might actually want to hook flame dash up to a life tap gem.
Belief is the strongest metal of them all. I am no beast of burden.
I'm glad that's over with. Stop and fight this. Because possessed mobs usually drop more stuff, from what I can tell. You can tell a mob is possessed when they have that flame over their head, and if you see the green spirit nearby, it runs around and tries to touch mobs and possess them, and that's how you end up with that. I guess I'll drop that. Another leather belt. What's that got on it? Hey, that might actually be an upgrade. Let's see, 43 life, some fire resist. This one has... Oh, this is a very poor belt. Yeah, that's actually just a direct upgrade. Cool. I'm just gonna drop that unique. Because I've got a copy of it in my standard stash, and I'll end up having that anyway, so who cares. Oh, I hate these exploding crystals. So this mechanic, rares will have exploding crystals when hit. The thing is, the crystals don't hurt you until the rare dies. At which point, all the crystals explode at once, and if you are standing on them, you will die. Like, it does a ton of damage. So watch out for that. I had to die to that mechanic so many times before I finally learned to watch for it. So, just something to look out for. I don't think any of this is good for me. By the way, on the topic of chests, I said, I think in my first video, that chests are good to open. I think that most trade players would probably disagree with me on that, because they have a tendency to just speed clear and then trade for things in bulk. So I would say that for a solo self-found player, chests are probably good to open if you don't have to go too far out of your way to get it. But that is something that may be a contentious point, because a lot of trade players, especially, they got these speed clearing builds who, it actually costs them more to go open a chest than it does to just ignore it. But I think that's kind of not the case in solo self-found, especially once you get to mapping. Like, we have to squeeze every bit of value that we can out of our maps and our, like Val side areas like this. And so, if you're near a chest and you can pop it, go ahead and pop it, because sometimes you'll be surprised at what drops out. Wow, I've got 2 passive points to allocate. So, I'm going to put that into golem stuff. There we go. And now, this guy, which I keep forgetting to bring out, will help my other minions do quite a bit more damage. I think. Is that what I got? Yes. 20% increased effective buffs granted by your golems. Then I'll get another 40%, so that's a total of 80%. And then I can have 2 of them. Yeah, that'll be nice. Another crafting recipe. Spell damage, which I don't care about. But I might care about it later. On another character. Well, that was pretty successful, except the kind of the freak death that happened in the lab, but that sounds about right. I hate labs. Anyway, so the next, is this going into Act? Oh, this was Act 2 in normal mode, but yeah, I think the next big boss fight that I have is to kill the Brine King. I actually need to go back to town and turn in some quests. Inventory's a mess. But I am getting a lot more currency drops, which is really nice. I am gonna alchemy orb that bone ring and see what happens to it. This ended up being a mistake. The remaining 10 minutes of this video were just me faffing around trying to figure out how to make this change work with my existing gear. The problem was that my lightning and cold resist dropped way too low, and I had no room on my gear to correct this. Several of my pieces at this point already had 3 suffixes, so I couldn't craft any more resists on them. I had a few that already had a crafted resist on them, and I could have changed one of them to give me more of the resist I needed, but it still wouldn't have been quite enough. Besides that, I didn't even have an orb of scouring. I even resorted to using chaos orbs. I thought about leaving this part in, but I decided that it was probably too long and confusing to be valuable anyway. I think the main lesson I could tell you is this. When you get a gear upgrade, don't get rid of the old gear until you're certain you can make the resists work in some way. In the end, I went back to the ring that I was using before I put this new bone ring on. I didn't want to be so badly undercapped on my resists for the sake of a bit of extra minion damage. But as always, remember, one like equals one prayer for pants.